Yo, I wasn't gonna do it, but the freaking stars aligned, guys. Dude, is Trump violating the Logan Act? Because he's certainly doing a lot before he even takes office. Okay, dude, like, I'm just kidding, but for real, man, this dude is making moves. He's moving and shaking, and it's awesome to see. And it's hilarious when all these people try to claim Logan Act, this, that, and the third, because it's never even been prosecuted since like 1803. Okay, so dude, let's check this out, guys. As Biden fades from the national stage amid policy announcements and cabinet picks, it feels to many Americans like Trump is president again already. The grand reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris on Saturday was expected to be attended by around 50 heads of state and government. Joe Biden was not there to admire the magnificent splendor of the 850-year-old place of worship, but Donald Trump was. The role reversal neatly symbolizes how power is draining from one man to the other. Biden, now a lame duck, appears to be in decline both physically and politically, fading from America's national stage and tarnishing the legacy tarnishing his legacy with a pardon for his errant son. Dude, he's been a lame duck the whole time. What are you talking about? Now a lame duck. Trump, however, is dominating the Washington agenda more than 40 days before he takes the oath of office. He's grabbed attention with incendiary cabinet selections and policy pronouncements. He's begun flexing his muscles with world leaders. To many Americans, it feels like he's president again already. Biden's presidency is ending with a series of whimpers rather than a bang, and it feels like he is shrinking into irrelevance as Trump is asserting himself, said Charlie Sykes, a conservative author and broadcaster. If you're a foreign leader, you may talk to Biden out of politeness, but you're gonna listen to Trump out of naked self-interest. Traditionally, the U.S. has only one president at a time in both practice and spirit, but since defeating Biden's Vice President Kamala Harris in last month's election, Trump has effectively set up a shadow presidency at Mar-a-Lago, his club in Florida, long dubbed his winter White House. Well, I'm glad he's there for security reasons, but then also secondly, like, what do you mean a shadow presidency, dude? Like, dude, things need to get done. And Biden, as you said, is a lame duck and not doing them. So it's not a shadow presidency. It's a thank you for doing something. Like, thank you for stepping up and doing something to help reduce Middle East tensions. Thank you for stepping up and doing something to help reduce tensions in Ukraine. Like, thanks for putting pressure on that, man. Definitely. Dude, day after he got elected, didn't the Fed cut interest rates by 25 basis points? I mean, dude, it's not a shadow campaign. It's that the dude's got some cojones and he just stepped in the room and everybody is taking note. That's what's going on. He's already engaging with foreign leaders. His threat of 25% tariffs, taxes on foreign imports, have led Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to rush to Mar-a-Lago with a promise of increased border security measures. Trump also said Mexico has agreed to close its border, a claim contradicted by the Mexican president Claudia Sheinbaum. Just as in his first term, Trump can shape affairs move markets with a single social media post. He sent shares of U.S. Steel down by writing on Truth Social he would block proposed acquisition by Japanese-owned Nippon Steel. Interesting. Mike Waltz, Trump's pick for national security advisor, has credited Trump with bringing Israel and Lebanon to the negotiating table, although some political analysts have said there's no evidence that Trump had any direct involvement. The president-elect vowed all hell to pay in the Middle East if Gaza hostages were not released before his inauguration. Meanwhile, he's capitalizing on the strong stock market, claiming it as a victory for his policies and taking credit for the reversal of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives at companies such as Walmart. Well, that definitely plays a role because DEI was tanking the stock of a whole ton of companies, not only because it was creating backlash, but also because it was decreasing bureaucratic efficiency in these companies left and right. So not only were these companies already too big, and so part of the issue is how do you maintain when you have so much overhead, but then you're going to make that bureaucratic overhead a lot less efficient in terms of function by not choosing people based on merits and instead having certain quotas of certain types of people you have to hire outside of their merits. That's going to put a needless burden on businesses no matter how you try to spin it. So absolutely, I think that played a huge role in the stock market pulling back up. But then also it's a predictive it's a forecast to the future. The stock market's response to Trump is really a forecast to the future and what they believe is going to happen. You're going to start seeing it reverse. If the policies that he was promising do not end up making it into action, you're going to start seeing a lot of this stuff reverse in the stock market, unless we're talking about major inflationary influences, which inflation is something that can prop up the stock market to begin with anyway, because of how inflation has an impact on stock prices directly. But on Monday, the Trump transition team issued a press release headline, "Promises Kept, and President Trump hasn't even been inaugurated yet." It argued that Trump, who still has no official powers, is already securing the border, working towards international peace, and propelling economic growth and dismantling divisive, unchecked DEI. I mean, literally him just stepping in the room and his presence does that. I mean, you can see day one after he won the election, the response from corporate interest and everything going on around. But not only that, it's the fact that the popular vote was won too. It's not just Trump. It's also a signal to the culture and the people that think they dominate the culture that they don't. And in reality, things are different than they thought they were. And it's time for them to, instead of seeing themselves as being in the driver's seat, as seeing themselves as being in the passenger seat and responding to a culture that they clearly have stepped away from. And I think that that's also a lot of what you're seeing as well. Critics point out that economic indicators, including the stock market, have been trending in the right direction for a long time. Economic indicators have not. And the stock market is not an economic indicator, okay? The stock market can be increasing because of negative things that are occurring in the economy in the background that have the byproduct of increasing the stock market, okay? That will end up creating a problem that we have to deal with that is explosive on like 1929 levels, okay? So the stock market is not an economic. I don't like the stock market as an economic indicator. On top of that, also, the stock market has cycles. So you'll have bear markets that are extremely healthy for the economy. So it's the stock market is not an economic indicator, guys. Let's see. While dramas in South Korea, Syria, and Ukraine cast doubt on the notion that Trump's peace through strength mantra is already paying dividends. Even so, Trump and his team are once again proving they can sell a narrative that suits them. Reed Galland, president of JoinTheUnion.us, a pro-democracy coalition. I don't trust anybody that just says pro-democracy coalition, dude. I first off, guys, check out my article, The Propaganda of Labels, Democracy versus Republic. Because in reality, in the context of our governmental situation and us in the United States, they're synonyms. In application and function, in terms of our United States, they're synonyms. And so when you hear people talk about, we're a republic or we're a democracy, we are a democratic representative democracy. We are essentially a democratic republic, okay? And so both are true. And the way they try to use these labels, and when I start seeing stuff like that, pro-democracy coalition, it just makes me think, man, this person is a manipulator. But I could be wrong about that. That's just off bat what I start thinking. And I think that that's a healthy response too. It's a combination of Trumpian bravado, further or final dismantling of whatever processes we took for granted for too long, and their instinctual and maybe even unconscious ability to occupy a vacuum when they feel one. Yeah, okay, so exactly. Nothing but emotional rhetoric from someone in a pro-democracy coalition, right? Exactly, dude. I hate the way that they use language to frame things and to try to divide people. Read that article, guys. The Propaganda of Labels, Democracy versus Republic, because they use that. That's one of those terms that they use to try to pit people against each other. When in reality, you got people saying the same thing in each other's face when they actually both agree on the subject. It's ridiculous, dude. If Biden's going to spend more of his time overseas and do very little in the way of pushing back on this stuff, they're going to take all the ground that's ceded to them. Call it MAGA, the 21st century Republican Party. If they see an opportunity, they take it. They don't worry about the outcome. They don't worry about the consequences. They don't worry about someone saying, you can't do that, you shouldn't do that. They're like, we're going to do it, and good luck trying to stop us. Clearly, it spooked Trudeau enough to go flying to Mar-a-Lago. Man, what a partisan hack, dude. In theory, Trump's conversations with world leaders could violate the Logan Act, a federal statute prohibiting unauthorized and private diplomacy with foreign nations. But only one person has ever been indicted for breaching it, and that was in 1803 and did not lead to a prosecution. Legal experts do not expect Trump to fall foul of it now. Oh my God, I knew they were going to go with that, dude. That's why I picked one of these left-wing sources, man. His actions represented a break from past norms. However, President-elect president-elect tend to maintain a respectful distance from the incumbent until it's their turn to occupy the White House. Franklin Roosevelt firmly rebuffed an invitation from the man he beat, Herbert Hoover, to take part in a joint effort to pull the economy out of the Great Depression. What are you talking about, dude? Like, you're gonna pull something from Franklin Roosevelt? You're gonna go back that far? What, dude? I just, whatever, man. Larry Sabato, director of Center for Politics at the University of Virginia, said, "I'm old enough to remember when President-elect disappeared, and I don't think we saw from Kennedy. I don't think we saw Kennedy 3 times, except going to church and back." Late fall of 1960. Whatever, dude. So would you rather have things escalate around the world and nothing be done? I'm tired of this elitism, man. These people are like, what about tradition? What about class? Dude, what about actually solving problems? What about not letting this crap fester for any longer, man? How about that, dude? Come on, man. Get over yourself, dude. Reagan appeared once in public after the election. They caught him going into a store for supplies or something. That's what was expected. You didn't interfere with your predecessor because he was still president. Who's Dude, what are you talking about, man? But perception of Trump's authority has been accelerated by Biden's shriveling influence. Okay, so now we've got narratives that are literally mutually exclusive. I thought Trump was overstepping Biden. I thought there was some sort of contradiction. Jeez, man. Accelerated by a shriveling influence, this week, Biden became the first sitting U.S. president to visit Angola and the first since Barack Obama in 2015 to set foot in Africa. His speech received little coverage and has fewer than 2,000 views on the White House official YouTube channel. Yeah, like every other video. Biden, 82, is facing fierce criticism from fellow Democrats for pardoning his son Hunter over federal crimes after previously pledging that he would not. Some regard it as a vote of no confidence in the justice system that Biden vowed to protect, and a gift to Trump in his ongoing efforts to undermine democratic institutions. The Axios website reported a Biden friend said the president seems older by the day, slower in walk and more halting in talk. To some Biden loyalists, this decline is a sad metaphor for his presidency. He started strong, but will finish diminished. Ooh, man, I'm gonna steal that. Dude, okay. All right, man. Look, dude, what a lie, okay? Because for an entire year before Biden dropped out, who was calling out Biden's diminished mental capacity? The entire right, man. And it was a talking point. It was propaganda. It was personal attacks, this, that, and the third, until it comes time for him to drop out. And now it's nothing but exactly what the right was saying for the entire year before. So you're playing this game, dude, constantly destroying their own credibility. This side of the media, that is exactly what they're doing. The corporate media, it's crazy over and over again. And it's like they're not even self-aware of it as they do it. By contrast, Trump, 78, is once again dominating headlines with a frenzy of round-the-clock social media posts and controversies. One cabinet pick had to withdraw due to sexual misconduct allegations. Another is teetering because it claims he assaulted women and abused alcohol. Yo, man, it's so annoying, dude. They don't even mention how those sexual assault allegations were dismissed in court and completely called out as a blackmailing operation, and then the claims of assaulting women and abused alcohol, others close to the man have said they have never smelled Hegseth. First, they're talking about Matt Gaetz on the first one. The second one, they're talking about Pete Hegseth. And others close to Pete Hegseth said they've worked with him for a long time and never so much as smelled alcohol on him. So, dude, like this is ridiculous. The way that they try to use allegations to create these framing devices, and then now all they're doing is referencing them by their allegations. They're not even referencing them by name. Oh my gosh. A third presents grave concerns to intelligence experts because of her willingness to believe conspiracy theories. They talk about Tulsi Gabbard. So now it's like, whatever we don't like, whatever we don't want you to believe is a conspiracy theory. Tulsi Gabbard has, man, that's ridiculous. First off, Tulsi Gabbard actually is a relevant pick because of her military history and her political history. And also she has a very measured approach. Dude, come on, man. Dude, the growing prominence of Elon Musk to the world's richest man has nerves jangling. Okay, that I will say. I will give him that one. For Washington, there's a sense that the circus is back in town, or perhaps it never went away. Sykes, the author of How the Right Lost Its Mind. All right, guys. All right. Look, man, read my article, The Left's Neoliberalism versus the Right's classical liberalism, and then read my article, The Dangers of Neo-Feudalism, because they kind of go together. Stop, bro. It's not the right that lost its mind. The right has mainly just stayed the effing same, dude. It feels like a continuation of the last 4 years. Even though Joe Biden has been the president, Donald Trump has felt like he was politically dominating force for so long because the media won't shut up about him. What are you talking about, lady? Dude. Unfortunately, when people look back on the Biden presidency, they're going to comment on how low profile and low key Biden was in comparison to the man he defeated. I'm not sure there is any historical parallel for that. The Trump show has been going on and sucking up all the oxygen for nearly a decade now. The media has been obsessing and trying to demonize him. Look, read my article, The Neoliberal Playbook, guys, because this is their game. Read my article, The Demonization of Classical Liberalism. This is the game they play. This is the game they play, dude. It's jeez, man. Wow. Anyway, listening to him cope is hilarious. Did he violate the Logan Act? Dude, good that he's out there doing things to move and shake and get things done and bring some peace around the world, man. All right? It's ridiculous, dude. In the way that they try to only use these things on one side, it's all a double-sided situation, dude. It's all rules for thee, but not for me, man. No, I'm tired of it, man. Anyway, so I had an opportunity. The stars aligned. I could drop this video today. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, man. Thank you so much.